Lesson 190. I choose the joy of God instead of pain.
Hi there. Would you like to replace all the pain and confusion in your life with pure joy? That's exactly what we're going to explore today. Here goes.
I choose the joy of God instead of pain.
Pain is a wrong perspective. When we experience pain, it is a sign of self-deception. It means we're not seeing things correctly. Pain is not a fact at all. It's not real. Once it's seen for what it is, it will just go away. Pain makes us think that God is cruel, that God hates his son, he sees his sinfulness in him and wants revenge and death. How could these scary thoughts be real? They can't. They're just projections. Pain is just a sign that we have made mistakes in our beliefs about who we really are. It is a dream of fierce retaliation for a crime that nobody could commit. It is a nightmare of being abandoned by an eternal love, which is not true, because love created us out of love and never leaves us. Pain is a sign that illusions reign in place of truth. It shows us God is denied or perceived as mad or as a traitor to himself. If God is real, there can be no pain. If pain is real, then God doesn't exist. But the thing is, love doesn't seek revenge. Fear, which denies love, wants to trick us into thinking God is dead. Fear wants to show us that death is stronger than life, and that we're not more than bodies that get hurt and sick and eventually die, as our Father did, by the hand of fear itself. Let's just laugh at these foolish ideas. We don't even need to think of them as crimes or sins. They don't have any consequences. Only a crazy person would think they cause anything. Pain, their biggest evidence, is just as insane, and we shouldn't fear it. Remember, it's only our thoughts that can cause us pain. Nothing outside of our minds can hurt us. There is no external force that can bring us down. We are the only ones who can affect ourselves. Nothing in the world can make us feel sad, weak, or sick. We have the power to dominate all things we see by merely recognizing what we are. As we perceive the harmlessness in things, they will accept our holy will as their own. And what was once seen as fearful can now become a source of innocence and holiness.
My holy brother, think about it for a moment. The world you see does nothing. It has no effects at all. It merely represents your thoughts. And it will change entirely as you elect to change your mind and choose the joy of God as what you really want.
In other words, the world we see is just a reflection of our thoughts. And this reflection will change completely if we decide to think differently and choose the joy of God. If we choose God's joy, everything we see will change. Our true self is filled with this joy, has never changed, and will never change. Why would we deny a part of our mind its rightful joy and turn it into a place of suffering and death? The world might seem to cause us pain, but it doesn't actually have this power. It cannot cause effects. It's just a reflection of our thoughts. The world can't really hurt us. It can't cause pain. It's an illusion, and as an illusion, it is what we wish. Our idle wishes can create pain, our strange desires can bring evil dreams, and our thoughts of death can make it seem fearful. But if we are kind and forgiving, the world becomes a much different place. Pain is the thought of evil taking form, messing with our minds. Pain is the ransom we have gladly paid for not being free. Pain can trick us into thinking God has forgotten us, that fear is stronger than love, that time has replaced eternity in heaven, and that this life is all there is. The world becomes a cruel and sad place, where sorrow rules and joy is always taken away, leaving us feeling miserable. Let's put away our arms and come together into a peaceful place where heaven's peace holds all things still at last. Let's forget all thoughts of danger and fear. Let's not allow attack thoughts enter with us. Let's put down the cruel sword of judgment that we hold against our own throats. And let's put aside the withering assaults with which we seek to hide our holiness. Here, we'll realize there's no such thing as pain. Here, the joy of God belongs to us. Today, we'll learn the lesson that will bring salvation to us all. Pain is an illusion, joy is real. Pain is akin to sleep, while joy represents awakening. Pain is deception, whereas only joy is truth. And so again we make the only choice that we can ever make. We choose between illusions and the truth, between pain and joy, between hell and heaven. Let's be thankful to our teacher and let our hearts fill with joy. We can choose joy over pain, holiness over sin, the peace of God over conflict, and the light of heaven over the darkness of the world.
I choose the joy of God instead of pain.
I choose the joy of God instead of pain.
I choose the joy of God instead of pain.
Isn't that amazing? Can you imagine how life-changing it would be to choose the joy of God and see your world transform accordingly? Shall we give it a try today? You're doing great. See you tomorrow for another powerful lesson.
If you enjoyed the video and found it helpful, please don't forget to give it a like and leave a comment. Thanks. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. There's a new lesson every day.